Knights and Queens of the world. You already know who it is. It's Mr. Royal Diamond, aka Mr.RoyalNieves, also known as Gio, coming back at you with another incredible live. So today my live is gonna be about like a quick workout, just like I had mentioned before in my other video or my other live that I did a couple weeks back. So I'm gonna do like a little quick workout, but take you guys along with me in case you guys want to do a little workout with me or however you have it for yourself. I'm gonna try to see if I could get this light going because it's like dark for some reason. Let me see how much I could put. Okay, good. You guys can see me. Hopefully, you guys can see me. So yeah, so let's get into it. I'm making coffee in the meantime, but until then, it takes a while for some reason. So yeah. All right. So like I mentioned before, when you do any kind of workout, take your time, pace yourself. Don't go too hard, too fast, too soon. Balance your weight. Make sure you start with lightweight before any kind of heavy weight because you don't want to tear nothing, hurt nothing, break nothing. Just take your time. It's like little by little, day by day until you build a habit. Not only you building your physical self, but it's also establishing the identity of a person who works out, a person who, developing the habit, the identity, the consistency, the dedication, determination. It's also physical, but also internal and spiritual. So I have my one of my bars here. So the bar is like 5 pounds, and then I have 10 and 10. And then these smaller ones right here is 2.5. So together that's 5 pounds. So it's 35, 10, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, 30 pounds right here. These are the ones that you kind of screw. You screw these tight right here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you screw it on. So, today I'm just gonna do like a simple workout, nothing too crazy, nothing too advanced. Different kind of weights, different kind of moves and stuff like that. I'm gonna do like 1 rep of 20 to kind of just get in the swing of things. Just little by little, day by day. Don't feel like you have to go so hard so soon or too fast too soon. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause sometimes we get so want to do everything too fast and we don't focus on proper form. We don't focus on really executing the proper way and whatever works for you and your body. You know what I'm saying? Every workout might not be the same for everybody because everybody's body's different. It's built different depending how hard you can go or how much you can do. You know what I'm saying? Wishing also everybody an incredible Tuesday, wishing my incredible Tuesday, incredible week ahead coming up. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like something bit me because I don't know. I think my hair is growing, something like that. But let's get into it. So yep, I bought this for what, $25, the bar itself, but I think it's like this because this goes up. Yep. So it's kind of like a 45-degree angle. So you pick it up like that, and then you kind of make sure you straighten your back. Your chest is out. You have a proper posture, so you don't hurt yourself or strain your back or anything like that. And just take your time and just do like 20. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Then you stop, bring it down. Don't go too hard. You can also do until you don't like, how I say, like, you're like, don't go too hard because you don't want to like hurt yourself. Or you can also do until you like tap out. Basically means like, oh, until you can't push no more. Um, hello, Ari baby, how you doing, mama? So yeah, so take your time. Don't do it too hard. You could just what you call that? Like tap out is basically when you like you can't do anymore, but not to the point that you can't move the bar or like the weight because you don't want to do it. To the point that you can't safely move the weights away from you and then you have to just drop them. You don't want to hurt yourself. So that's 1 rep of 20. Because usually I do 20, 30, 40, depending how hard I want to push myself. Also, you want to make sure you have something to drink like water or like your pre-workout. Ooh, I'm already out of breath. Ooh, I did a little oopsie, a little wet. So I have that bar, then I have this other bar here with lighter weights. So like I was saying, this is my longer bar. So this one is a lot longer. You can put more weights on it. And this is 10 and 10, which is 20, and the bar is 5, so that's just 25 pounds, which is lighter. And then for this, you could do your squats, you could do your curl ups, you could do your triceps. Um, you could do, I think you call that, like when you come like down like that and you push it up like that, you know. Um, how you been, mama? You been good? How's the babies doing? So yeah, so this one I usually do the same thing. I do like 45 degrees curl up, then I do push ups like that for my tricep. Also do for like my chest press, you know. So for chest press, the same thing. You just make sure you align your back and make sure that it's proper form so you don't hurt yourself and stuff like that. So, you know, kind of pick up a little bit, kind of go back a little, and then just kind of scroll like that, and just make sure like your arms are 45 degrees so that way you don't hurt yourself or your shoulder. And you just like kind of go up. Try to find like your balance so you can do like straight. So that's two. And then you should watch like your pecs contract. That's three. That's four. That's five. That's six. Take your time. That's eight. That's nine. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. You come up and just let it kind of fall on your left so you don't hurt yourself. So with this, like for me, we're like I do like chest presses, stuff like that, and I can see my it contracts and stuff like that. But it's like I don't feel what you say, like the burning sensation. There's certain maneuvers you can do to figure out exactly what works for you and whatever is for your body. Because for me, in my journey of working out, I learned how to do specific exercises that triggers my body. You know what I mean? Because you try to do the same thing as everybody else, and you wonder why it's not working out or it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. You get what I'm saying? So, oh, excuse me. So yeah, just take your time. Make sure you find your posture, whatever you can do, and don't go too hard. Don't overdo it. Especially don't rush through it because sometimes you rushing through your workouts, you not might get the same results as you would if you were to just take your time because it's about finding the proper form. You know what I'm saying? Once you find the form that works for you, stick with it. Remember to do it every time you do work out and take your time. You're in no competition with nobody. There's no rush for anything. That's what trips people a lot because they're trying to get to the goal. They're trying to rush. They want the result, but results comes in time. You know, you're building up the mindset first, the identity first, your consistency, your dedication, determination. You get what I'm saying? That's what you're really building first before you see the results. And results will come if you should stay at it. That's why it's good to start small and keep it between a small range for yourself instead of try to do an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours that people, sometimes people just do way too much. You know what I'm saying? Just go slow, steady, and also enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And you can also encourage yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can also pray about it too. And you gonna pray to God to give you the strength to do the workout, to do it properly, and also enjoy it. Have fun in what you're building. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't have to be so rigid. You know what I mean? So this is for my triceps. So make sure you have straight your back, chest out, and then you go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's five. That's six, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just take your time. Find your center. That's 13, 14. Feeling the burn. 15. Almost there. 16. Don't give up. 17. At the finish line. 18. 19. 20. Victory. Bring it down. Catch your breath. Make sure you take proper breaks in between your reps, your session. You don't want to overdo it and you pass out and you're exhausted. You know what I'm saying? Take your time. So that's my triceps. That's 20. That's one rep. chest press has 1 rep 20. And just, find your center, find your breath. I wonder if I could do my squats here. Hopefully I can do it. Hopefully you guys can see that real quick. You know what I mean? Oh baby. Oh baby. Hey. Hey. Oh, excuse me. But yep. That's one. This one. Yes. So we're gonna do my curl ups, 45 degrees. You see how my arms, instead of being like straight, sideways. You know what I mean? So this is another one set of 20, and this is like your curl up. So it's also for like front arm. So straight back, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Bring it down. Take your deep breath. Don't have to rush. Take your time. Enjoy it. Have fun. You know what I'm saying? Push yourself when you're ready to push yourself, when you could do more work, more weights, or more reps. So I'm done with this. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's from this side. Oh, Lord have mercy. Bring it down. Also, be careful when you're picking up weights and you're bringing them down, because you don't want to like sprain anything or pull anything out of place. You know what I mean? Then you have your, where's my other one? Right here. These are my 20 pounds dumbbells. And this is more like freestyle, because when you have the bar, it has more of a restriction. You know what I mean? You can't move as you want. But your dumbbells, same thing. One set of 20. Take your time. If you could do a little more weights, then just build on top of that. So every day when you're doing your workout, or however you have your routine, could be 3 times out of the week, 4 times out of the week. Just take your time. And you can also do like every other week you're doing another 5 pounds more, another 10 pounds more. You know what I mean? Ooh, excuse me. All right, so just take your time. We're gonna do chest presses. Come back, and then 45 degrees. So you go up, over, connect, come down, and take your time. Okay. So that's 2. That's 3. That's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just take your time. Find your rhythm. Find your breath. This is 12 right here. Connect. Come down. Little by little, day by day, you'll get there. Trust the process. And this will be 14, 15, 5 more to go. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Come down. Move forward. Put your weight down. I would usually put them here to keep them in place so that way they don't fall, they don't overlap or anything like that. Whew. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live. A quick workout, trying to break it down for anybody who's starting their workout fitness or their journey. I'm not a professional. I'm just passing off what I know, what I learned over the years and stuff like that. So yeah, so for me, I don't know if you guys can see, but when I do my chest workout, you can see my pec muscles, they contract and they kind of like, That's how you know when you feel it, doing its thing. You know what I'm saying? I can't even see that. All right. Hello, everyone. So yeah, so it's just work out, take your time, find your breath. It's important to find your breath. Don't try to kind of like, and you try to push and you're like out of breath, and you know, thinking that's very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? You can really hurt your internal self doing that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to collapse trying to like, you know what I mean? Take your time, find your rhythm, find your breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale. You know what I'm saying? So usually, I think it's what you inhale, exhale. I think that's how you do it. So that way you're not like, you know what I'm saying, like just exhausting. You're trying to like, but sometimes people do that and they wonder why they like. At other videos, you see people try to do their workout when they're in the gym and they're like, oh, all this weight, and next you know they pass out because you know they faint because they're like because they're not controlling the breathing right. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta be very careful when you're trying to do too much because you don't know, you can hurt yourself, you can hurt somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to damage yourself or cause injury. You know what I mean? So that's one. So then I'm gonna do my curl ups. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh, man. Ooh. All right. So another one set, 20 reps, curl ups. So this is 45 degrees. You see? Two, three, four, five, six, seven, nine, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 20. Bring it down. Take your time. Catch your breath between your sessions, your reps. That way you're not going too hard. You know what I mean? Until you build your strength that you could do more. You know what I'm saying? Whew. All right. Yep. So also proper diet. You know, make sure you're taking your protein, build your muscles, and it feels good. You know, because it builds your strength, your stamina, your endurance. It also brings like clarity also in your mind when you're doing workout and stuff like that. You get to burn calories, your fat. Um, you know, build your body, your physique. You know, so it's you know, it's not only like for now, but long term. You know what I mean? Like you want to build your body long term. You live a long and healthy life. It's better to start, you know, getting these habits and this routines, your routine in place now, so that way it's easier to stay with it as you're progressing in your life. You know what I mean? You don't want to get 50, 60, and you know what I mean? You're not in shape and you're tired and you have to take all this extra medication, and it's better to start now. You know, everybody want to play now, but you're going to pay later. You might as well pay now so you can play later. You know what I mean? So you're the only one that has to live in your body. Remember that. So don't get caught up with all the foolishness of this world that you're not taking care of what you need to take care of. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's worth it because every day you have to just, it's a mental thing. Whew, all right. Get my water if I can reach for it. You know what I mean? Ooh, all right. So that's 20 for the chest, 20 for the arms, or the curl up for your arm. Mm, mm. Water is very healthy for you. You know, replenish like your sweat. It detoxify your body. It improves your mind, your clarity of mind. It's also good to you know, when you're like making bowel movements and stuff like that, clears you out. All I'm saying. So take, you know, make sure you're taking water every day, so that way you know you stay on top of that. 'Cause sometimes we get so busy in life and we don't have these healthy habits in place, and we're not really taking care of our internal self. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to think right now. I did okay. One, two, three. That's done. That's done. And then boom, boom, boom. That's done. And then Yep, 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 yep. But yep. All right. Okay. Make sure straight back. And this is like for your triceps, the back of your arms. So go up, come down, bring them together, up, down, up, down, 6, 8, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Come down. Whew. All right, I'm already getting hot, sweating a little bit, which is good. Burn that fat, get in shape. Do, do, do. You know what I mean? So take your time, enjoy the journey, have fun. That's all, baby. You know what I mean? And it just feels good, because after you're done with your workout, you just feel like very like accomplished. You feel peaceful, glory to God, and it's just good. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just make whew, mountains out of pebbles. Just trust God with it. You know what I mean? And build life with God. That's one important thing. Never be afraid to build life with Him, no matter what it is. You know what I mean? Every second, every day, if you're brushing your hair, brushing your teeth, taking a shower, tying your shoe, talk to Him. You know what I mean? Like, ask Him to help you learn something new, guide you to the truth. You know what I mean? Make the right decisions for your life, the right investments in your life. Oh, sweet Lord. Oh, I take a nap like this. Nah, but sometimes you'll feel like that too. Like you feel like you're yawning and you're like, but that's just working out of you. You know what I mean? Because you're working out and that's working out of you. And then after you're done, you feel energized. You just feel peaceful. Like for me, like I just feel like peaceful. We did it, God. God is your best friend, so you're doing it together with Him. You know what I mean? So that one's done. I did my chest 45, chest 45. Okay, I'm gonna move. Okay, ooh, all right, stay right there. Just be careful moving around when you have weights and stuff like that, because you don't want to hurt yourself. Just take your time. Um, Kick this over here. All right, I hope you guys can see me so I can do my other work. I'm gonna show you. Okay, there you go. Can you see me? Can you see me? I want you to see like my other workout. Let me see if you guys let me pick this up a little bit. Okay. All right. Can you see that? For my legs. Okay. All right. All right. Then do that. Okay. So you could do that. I don't know if you guys can see that. So, but yeah. Hopefully. Okay. So this is my 20 pounds. 20 pounds. So this is for your calf raises. So you put like your feet together like that. Line them up, and then shoulders back, back straight, and then you just kind of like on your tippy toes. If you can see that, you go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and you do like 20 of these. So still depends finding your balance, because sometimes you like kind of like, you know what I mean, till you find your balance and stuff. I don't know if that's like 7. Okay, 8, 9, 10. So if you can see the back of my cap, right? So you line up. Can you guys see that? Let me move forward a little bit so you guys can see it. So you straighten your foot, right? And then straighten your back. And then you should do like your down, up, down. And just watch like how your muscle contracts, like your calves. I think this is 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when you kind of like, you pick it up, you pick up like the muscles. I don't know if you guys can see that, but then you kind of do that. So you go like up like that, But just be careful. This is why when you do certain workouts, the lightest weight you can do is easier until you build the proper form for yourself, so that way you don't hurt yourself. Because sometimes you don't put straight back, and you're kind of like, then you're like wobbling. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that because not only you doing your calves, but that's your ankles. So you want to make sure you're not spraying your ankles, because if fortunately they hurt. You know what I mean? Also, you could do 45 degrees when you put your foot sideways like that, 45. And this works the inner calf muscle right here. If you guys can see that. And the same thing. You could do a one set of 20, and you go like that. You see how my muscles contract? You see that? And it gives you the forward, you got that, like the way it shows when you walk. So, like that. So, take your time. I think that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And you can really feel the burn in your calf. You know what I mean? So this move is also your shoulder presses, right? Or your shoulder raises. So you straighten your back, straighten your feet, you find your posture, and you pick up and you drop. Up, drop, up, down. And that's like your shoulder blades and like the top of your pecs right here. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And just take a quick break, So basically you let your arm drop, right? You straighten your back, find your posture, find your balance. Whew, all right. And then let your arm drop, and then just pick up as far as you can, then drop, right? So the purpose of you straightening your back, you have this poking out, it's straight. You and then it builds this right here, the upper part of your chest right here, and you feel it contracting all of this, right? So you feel it more here. So say like if you're like this, you won't feel it as much. You feel it a little bit here. But when you straighten your back, then you feel it all through here, here. So this is why proper form, specifically for your body, it triggers a lot more instead of like just, because some people will follow other workout routines. It might not quite work for them because for you specifically, you have to maybe tweak it a little bit so you can feel it more, so you get the most out of it. You know what I mean? So that's, so you go like that, chest out, straight back, find your balance so you're not moving. You pick up and you drop. You know what I'm saying? So you feel it all through here. I think I pierced my thing. So you have that. Okay, where is this? My apologies. I think it's still raining outside. So, yep. Then we're going to do our wrist twists. I call them the wrist twists for me because, it helps me out. So what I do, foot forward, I come down, you see, and you have your weights right here, and then you just turn. You see? Hold it in place. That's 2. Let your shoulder drop so you can really feel it. And then you see it tightens up like your forearm muscle, your wrist. I mean, I do it for myself. This is like me specifically because it works out for me. I feel it in my shoulder because not only does it like strengthen my muscles in my shoulder, but it gives me that stretch. You know what I mean? And it just feels good. Because sometimes we don't really properly stretch or work out our shoulders, and sometimes you end up pulling it without realizing it. I think that's what, like 10, and then 20. Okay, that's 12, and then 14 here. You see? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. You know what I mean? And then come up, take your breath, and that's done. And then we're going to do our squats and pulses. Oh, gotta did that, my wrist, right? Mm-hmm. I did calf, inner, outer, shoulder, twist. I did my 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Ooh, I love water. But how everybody's doing out there, how we feeling, how we vibing, how we deriving. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we're gonna do our squats, right? So when you have like dumbbells and stuff like that, you call them freestyle. When you have our bar, the bar press, I think probably I'm not too familiar with the terminology, but I'm learning. You know what I mean? That's the goal to learn, grow, and learn. I have like this piece of skin right here. My apology, guys. I'm sorry. It's just you know how that is. It's like healing. Anywho, your squats. So I like using this better than the bar because it gives me more of like an impress when I do my squats than the other one. So you go like 90 degrees. Can you guys see this? I'm gonna move this one a little bit. Move you over here. Maybe you guys can see me better. So stretch out your legs 45 degrees. Either this like a dumbbell, it could be 5, 10, 15, depending the weight. Not too heavy because you don't want to go too hard too soon. You straighten your back. So when you come down, you sit into it, right? Like that. Like you just sit into it. So it's just fine. Stretch out your legs a little more so you can get kind of more of like a deep seat into it. So when you come down, it's like you're straight back, but you sit into it. You know what I'm saying? So like that. So when you sit into it, it's kind of like you're sitting down. That's what 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So when you come down, you can feel it like in your inner hips, inner thighs. You can feel it in your booty, and it get like contracts. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You pick yourself up. Take like a quick couple seconds before we do our pulses. Especially when you do like your squats, your pulses, you feel it. Excuse me. Working all the gas out, you know what I mean? So when you do like, you see, and then when you come down, it works like your thighs. You know what I mean? Like it works like your muscles. And it works like your thigh muscles and like your calves as well. So it gives you kind of like that imprint right here. And you can feel it here, feel it back here. You feel like your buttocks, your booty muscles. You know what I mean? So, and it's also good to like your what do you call it? Your hips, your inner hips, to stretch them out and kind of give you that stretch that you need. So we're gonna do our pulses. Your pulses, same position. Grab your weight. So when you come down, let me see if I got my. Hopefully is that too far? No, I think it's 45. All right. So when you come down, like you're sitting down, you only go like halfway, like that, and then you just pulse. So like that. And then pick yourself up. All right. So another thing with your whew, catch my breath. With your pulses or your squats, just make sure that you're doing it, but not too much, so you don't be tired. So the key is because when you're like and you feel sore and you come up, you kind of go like because you're working it out. So you just want to make sure, like, when you're done with your pulses, you put like the weight down and you kind of, and you know what I mean. So it give you time to kind of your legs and your muscle to adjust again, because sometimes you're gonna feel like, what, you got a lightheaded, not lightheaded, but you feel like a little wobbly because you're working them out. Especially if you haven't done that, you're gonna feel them. All right, my water. So I'm gonna do my I think it's uphill chest presses they call it. So you bring like your bench. I gotta move this over so you guys can see it. My bench. So you can see it, guys, right here. Here you go. Right? Can you guys see my bench? Okay. So you could do um I think I don't quote me, but I think this is 45 degrees, or you could do 90 degrees, depending. And that's supposed to be for like your upper pecs right here. So like up here. I like doing 45 because I feel like I get a deeper workout in my pecs for when I do the 45 instead of the 90. You know what I mean? So guys, you guys can see me, all right? Thank you so much, guys, for joining and follow me along. I really appreciate it. So here we go. Let's do it. Push it to the limit. All right. So make sure you kind of you fall back. Oh, it's kind of itchy. Anyhow, you grab your weights, put them here. Come back. Bring your weights 45 degrees, and you go up. I don't know if you guys can see my pec muscles already contracting and bouncing and moving around. And then just, you know what I mean? 4, just take your time. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't give up, guys. Believe you can and you will. Just push yourself a little by little. Okay. All right. Just find your form. I think that's 13. And then this makes it 15. Bring it together. 45. Up. Together. Bring it down. Over. You can fill in your pecs. 17. 18. 19. 20. Come forward. Bring it down. So when I do my pec, just find your develop your posture, specifically for you. So it could be the same workout. So depending on the workout, depending like if you tweak it specifically or certain ways that you can make it work for you. You know what I'm saying? So also like if you're have a little arch in your back, or if you make it flat, that could also do the trick for you guys as well. Um so yeah, for me in my journey of working out, it's been a couple few years, and I tried many different workouts, many different things. I did some different programs as well, to lose weight and stuff like that. And what I learned is just don't rush it, don't overthink it, enjoy it, have fun, and just visualize yourself in the body that you're working towards. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you're tired and you're exhausted and you want to do it, you can pray about it. Importantly, you can pray about it. But like when you visualize yourself, like, oh, you feel the burn, you feel the sweat, you're out of breath, and you're like, I'm doing it, I'm doing it. It's worth it. You know what I'm saying? When you visualize yourself, with big, strong arms, it gives you that motivation to keep like, oh, let me keep pushing and keep moving forward. Let me keep working out. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, find whatever helps you stay motivated and fueled to finish your workout, to push through. Because yeah, you get tired. People want results too fast, and that's what makes people quit. You know what I'm saying? They don't stick to it because they think after 2 weeks you're gonna get results. After 3 months, you may see some results. Don't get me wrong, but what you're looking for, it's gonna take time. You know what I mean? You just gotta understand the concept of time. Time is in your favor. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine if everything was instant, right? You have the instant body, then you get bored. Then what else are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So everybody want everything so instantly, but then you end up missing out what it takes to actually build that and maintain that, because people don't tell you, but the moment you stop working out, everything go back to where it was. You got to continue to work out to maintain your new physique. You know what I'm saying? So people want to give up. I didn't know that until like a couple years into like working out at the gym, and I was just like, all of that hard work, like, so that's when I realized it's like it's not just the results of your body, but it's just the mentality you build, the routine you build, the mindset you build, the resiliency, the dedication, determination, the drive, the hunger, the commitment. That's what's building you. It's not the result per se, but who you're becoming in the process, which is true. Because if you know how to build your body, right, once you learn it, you can continue to do it. So you could learn how to build your body, what works for you. You could get fat, and but still get your body back like that, because you already know what it takes. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people want to give up and quit, or want to get their body done, or get all this done, and not realizing the damage you're doing to your body. Why do you want to destroy your beautiful body? Why do you want to walk around and don't even recognize who you are, thinking that you're cute, and you're beautiful just the way you are. If you want to change something, by all means, but not to the expense of like you on an operating table and you looking completely different to everybody around you, and you're thinking you're beautiful when you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're just manifesting your insecurities through surgery. But they're not gonna tell you that. Why you think all these people now are removing all these implants, reductions they're doing, all the lip fillers because they don't like who they are. That stuff is like from the enemy, just trying to make you seem you're not good enough, or you're not beautiful enough, or you're not enough, when God made you beautiful the way you are. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't make no mistakes. We need to come into acceptance how beautiful we truly are, and stop comparing ourselves to other people. Because I know the more you on social media and all this stuff you see, like, if you don't empower your mind to just, okay, you can learn, okay, I can learn this, I can da da da, and not compare yourself, that's something different. But when you're just on here and you're just like, oh, and I want to look like this, like that, why? Because God made you beautiful the way you are. There's no need for you to be nobody else but you, because God made you for a purpose and for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You need to look the way you are, because you're the one that's going to make the difference at the end. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look like everybody else, how do you expect people to be like, oh, she was the one who did this, or he was the one who did that, when and everybody's looking the same, like a clone. You know what I mean? So, and that's something I had to learn too over my life. Loving myself for who I am, accepting myself how I look, the way I sound, the way I walk, the way I talk. And the more you take time and be like, you know what, I am remarkable and I am beautiful, and nobody can ever be me. Do it like me, say it like me, walk and talk like me. You know what I'm saying? And it's that simple. God makes no mistakes. Always remember that. So when people try to convince you to do all this stuff that's out of your character, and you be like, no, Satan, get away from me. You know what I mean? Nah. Because you know what happens? You end up believing all this foolishness, destroying your life, your body. And what people are going to do, they're going to walk away. They're going to forget about you, all this other nonsense. And you're just going to be you, someone who you're really not, by yourself. And who's there at the end of the day? God. You and God. You know what I mean? So why try to please people so much for what? You know what I mean? People don't realize that. Love you, love yourself, because at the end of the day, when God made you, He made you just the way you are, beautiful and magnificent inside and out. You know what I'm saying? Who is this? Hello, Katiria. Hello, Mama. How are you? It's been so long. Thank you for joining. Yes, absolutely. You know what I mean? That's one of my babies. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you want to work out. But you know what? Have fun. And if you look silly, so what? Sometimes people don't go to the gym and stuff like that because too much judgment. So what? Let me tell you, when I was fat and I was hella thick, man, listen, I was still working out and I was still running. Listen, when I used to be so thick, because I used to be almost 200 pounds, and I used to, because I love track, I've mentioned this before, and I was outrunning the most skinniest of the skinny of them all, as thick as I was. They couldn't believe how fast I was moving, as thick as I was. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, baby. Yeah, like, come on now. Love yourself. All right, so I'm gonna do so I put my feet down. So this is kind of like I think a 45, a 45, maybe something like that. I don't know. Going down. So for that, when you lay down, it's gonna trigger like your bottom right here. When you go like that up, it does like the bottom part of your pecs. So for this, since you're going back, make sure that the seat you're on, you put your feet over like this, right? You see these little wheels? You put your feet over like that. So you have something to hold on to, because if you try to go back with this weight, you like that, you end up gonna just flip over, weight's gonna hit you, you can hurt your back. You know what I'm saying? So take your time, secure yourself first, and then lean back a little bit, let the weight kind of take you a little bit, and then find your balance. 45, and just go up. I don't know if you guys can see my chest doing this thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 45 degrees. Come down, go up, bring them together, and just keep at it. Take your time, find your rhythm, find your breath. That's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Important part right here, as you come down, find your breath, bring them down a little bit. So that way you can come whew, easier to come forward. Because sometimes, depending on your lower back, if that's too much, heavy weight, it's going to be like too much strain on your lower back and you don't want to hurt yourself. All right, here we go. All right, yes. Hello, hello, everyone. I'll be right back. I'm going to go use the bathroom and I'm going to finish up after that. I think that's, yeah, I have just my abs. I did my squats, pulses. I did this, I did that, and I had to do. Oh, excuse me. All right. All right. I'm back, everyone. Just had to the bathroom real quick. Oh my god. I think I something like that. All right, so this is gonna be my floor workout. With this is gonna be abs, um, your V cut and your obliques. So let me see if I can move my get over here. All right, so can you guys see that? Hopefully, you guys can see that. Can you guys see that? Can you see that over here? I don't know if you see that right. So okay, so I'm gonna move this a little bit so that way it's not in my way. Always rolling down the street. All right, take a little bit of water. You know. All right, so we're gonna do. This is my last part of my workout, and just take your time. You know, it could be 2 reps of 5, or 2 reps of, or 2 sets of 5, or 2 sets of 15, depending whatever works out for you. You know, don't don't hurt yourself. Just take your time, enjoy it. So all right, so this is. I'm gonna see if I can push back. So this is like ab crunches, I guess you call it. So it's kind of like you kind of like you sit on your butt. Oh, excuse me. Okay, there you go, like that. So kind of like it's kind of like when you go like that, straight out, and you bring your legs close like that and like that. So it's kind of like a plank, you could say, you know. And then you could do 10 of these. So that's 5, you know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's kind of like a plank, and you push forward. Hello, who is that? I can't even see right, but thank you, thank you for liking my live. I appreciate it. I wonder who that is. That's hello, magical power of the universe. Thank you. So yeah, so that's like your plank, you know, and so I could go like that. So when you find your rhythm, just be careful because like your lower back. So you sit on your butt and then you kind of like, you know what I mean? Like as you've seen, and it's just like it's good for your abs. You feel the burn, and then you feel like sweating, and you know because it's your core. So you really want to have a strong core. So when you're working out, you know everything balances out when you're doing your workout because you don't want to hurt yourself or do anything crazy. So that's like your plank. I'm not good with the terminology, still learning it, you know. But yeah, so you have that. Which one's the other one? Then you have like your side touches, right? So you come up, you bring up your legs like that, kind of like a, and then what you do, lay your back flat. You pick up your head like this, right? And then you bring out your arms to your side, and then you go sideways, so you're touching a thigh. I think this is like the thigh touch. So this is good for your core, your abs, and your obliques. Your obliques are the where underneath your arm and your armpit and like your rib cage. So it's like those muscles underneath. So you come forward and then you do, and you start feeling like the tightening, the burning. You be out of breath. You know what I'm saying? So, whew, all right. So keep going, keep going. Whew, all right. So just keep going left and right. Whew, all right. Feeling the burn. All right. Whew, sugar queen. Whew, all right. Whew, okay. You gotta love it. I love it, man. Ooh, when I used to go to the gym, I used to sweat so much. Oh my god, I used to be covered. All right. Okay, then I have another one. So you have those. So it's good for your abs, the side right here. But it's good, you know. Sometimes you gotta fall in love with the pain when you're working out. You know, it's like a mental thing. You don't because when you're because it's mind over matter, and pains just mean that you're breaking the mold. Because sometimes we've been programmed so much over like it's like a survival thing mentally. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you're doing something different, something new, your mind is going to try to convince you, kind of be like, oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, try to keep you safe because you don't know what you're doing. So trying to keep you safe. You know what I'm saying? But when you talk to yourself and you go little by little, then you're slowly letting your mind be at peace and reprogramming that what you about to do is safe and it can help you. I'm not saying to ignore like if you're in sharp pain, that's a different thing. If you're feeling sharp pain, something might be up. You know, but it's just in general. It's just building the mental self-discipline to continue to push forward, to continue to work it out. You know what I'm saying? So don't be afraid, you know what I'm saying? And remember, you're doing this for you, for your benefit, for your holy temple. You know, your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, amazing grace of God. And just you want to look good for yourself and just take your time. Do not compare yourself. Breathe, Have fun with it, and you're doing it for you. It's you versus you every day. You versus you. New you, old you. New you, old you, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Even for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, because all this stuff was due to me years ago. So but I knew I wanted to do it, and you should learn as you're going. That's why when you're doing something new, you're practicing. Just take your time, and it's okay if you make a mistake. It's okay if you look silly. It's okay if you fail. The key is to not give up and keep pushing forward. Because if you give up, if you quit, it would never happen. And maybe people are waiting for your courage, for you to step out your comfort zone, so you can help and influence all those God has ordained for you to help. You know what I'm saying? Because if you could change one life, you could change a million lives. If you're destined to change one life, you don't know how many lives they're gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Because we live in a world that's very harsh and very judgmental and cruel, and they're so quick to throw you to the side and all this craziness. So sometimes you gotta fight for you, stand up for what you believe in, and claim your success. You're not a nobody. You're a somebody. You're an incredible masterpiece by God, created and molded by God. Remember that. No matter what you're facing, what you're dealing with, who you up against. Because at the end of the day, when they mess with you, they're messing with God, and they don't want to fight with God because they're gonna lose every single time. And it's just that simple. And I tell people, I hate to sound like that, but it's true. God said, do not do my prophets, what's it, my disciplines, my disciples, and profit no harm. So, because sometimes people want to keep playing with you, and then they wonder why things are happening, and it's honestly suck. Because if you already know the vengeance of God, you pray for people's forgiveness and mercy and compassion. Because if you've been through pain and struggle and hurt and neglection and all this stuff that really could destroy you don't want to pass that on to someone else. You know what I mean? So always be the different, even when it's not the most easiest thing or popular thing to do. Because at the end of the day, there's one in heaven that's seeing everything, and you will have to answer to everything. You know what I mean? So, all right. Ooh, I already catch my breath. A little bit more water, because sometimes when you're working out, you get like, there's a cotton mouth, dry mouth. You got to replenish. Replenish. Mm. All right. So, my last workout is going to be for your abs and your obliques. All right. So, you're going to do that. Sometimes it's good to stretch out too, so that way you don't hurt yourself. I'm gonna do another live, but this one's gonna be about like kind of stretching, like things that I learned how to stretch my body and stuff like that. And boy, when I tell you, when I started doing that stretching, it helped out a lot. And whew, I'm telling you, man. But it's worth it at the end of the day, because sometimes you have to learn how to stretch, especially like if you're working like hard and anything. You don't want to do things even like simple things. You can try to pick something up and you can like sprain something, or you're like, oh my god, my back, or you don't want to do none of that. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure this out. So yeah. Okay, so my last workout. All right, I'm sorry, because my skin is like peeling because it's like shedding old skin. You know what I mean? And it's like these old scabs that I have because, like I said, I used to go to the gym sometimes before, like without no gloves, and you get like these calluses, I think you call them, in your hand, and it's just like too much. But anywho, all right. So our last workout's going to be for your abs and obliques. So here we are. Whew, take your breath. Take a breath. All right. So again, right. Let's your mountains. Your mountain. Lay your back. So what you're gonna do, right? Find your balance in your back. Make sure you're not overdoing it for your lower back. So you grab your hands, your hands, and you put it behind your head, like you interlock your fingers behind you to hold your head, right? And then what you do, you bring so if you're doing arm, your right arm, elbow, and your left leg. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta do this for my TikTok, because it's saying to confirm all this stuff. Give me a minute. I mean, I don't know if they can see me, but yeah. Okay, so we're going back here. Whew, all right, here we go. Lay your back, your interlock the back of your head. So, and then what you do, right? Your feet flat on the ground. You push up, right? You can also like tighten your abs, kind of like suck in a little bit, tighten your abs so you can feel it more. Lift your head up with your interlocking hands like that. Right shoulder, left leg. left shoulder, right leg, right? So what I mean, you go, you pick up, and then you bring this out, and you go one, two, you see, out, and like that. And you kind of like, you twist, you twist, you twist, whew, and you keep doing it, and then you start feeling the burns on your ass. Ooh, Lord. And just do a few. Ooh, oh, oh my God. Ooh, I'm telling you. And then when you build that resiliency and you push to the resistance, like you're toning your abs, like you're toning your abs, your oblique, and you feel like the burning sensation. So you just find your balance because as you can see, when you don't balance, sometimes you wobble because depending how you sit down on your back, you can kind of wobble a little bit. So you don't want to have a little wobble. You just want to make sure you do your thing. You know what I mean? So far that's the workout. Just little by little, day by day. I want to do another live, but this one because I have a yoga mat and it's blue and it's like 6 feet long and it's somewhere. Where did I put him? Now I'm thinking it's probably in my other room over there. But yeah, and I'm just show you what I learned. And like most of like the workouts you see that like all this stuff I learned during like the pandemic when it hit and stuff like that, like a little bit after, because we was home. So then I just went back into like working at home, finding different home workout routine remedies that kind of like help for my body type and specifically for me and what I'm trying to accomplish. Same thing with the stretching, because stretching is so good. And boy, man, when you start doing these different stretches, you start stretching muscles you thought you never had. You start unlocking joints, you start cracking bones, like, and you're like, holy mackerel. But I mean, it makes you feel good. Like, after you do those deep stretches, especially like before bed, you have such an amazing rest. Like, it's not just like rest, like, but it's like a rest that you're like drooling. You're just like you feel renewed, you feel fresh, you feel energized. Like working out and stretching really does go a long way, and it doesn't have to be nothing crazy. It could be literally 10 minutes, 15 minutes stretch. So I'm gonna show you like one or two. Right, so I learned this one. Like you bring your right foot out, left foot over, right hand out, you see, and you put your left hand like that, and then you kind of like make sure you kind of have like not too tight close that they don't block you. So you see like that, bring up your foot, and then you turn this way, and you just kind of like, you know what I mean. Then you feel the tightening here, the stretching here, stretching on your back. Same thing, right leg over, so like right over your knee, left hand over right here, so you kind of push against this, so you give you a deeper stretch, and then you should go. Oh, you hear that? Oh, just crack my lower back. So that's one of the things I learned too. Like what we used to do in elementary school, like your butterfly, like that, and you can kind of like when you could do your regular butterfly, and it does like the stretching here, like right here. So you do that. You continue to just butterfly. Also, if you stop your butterfly, you hold your foot together like this, right? You lean forward. As you lean forward, you can feel the stretching right here, which is good to deep stretch these tissue and muscle. Because oftentimes we try to move or try to at work, and this is where you end up pulling or like inner here to this muscle, and that stuff. It takes a while to heal. So yeah, it's just like forward a little bit. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like curl down. Whew, and you can feel it. You know what I mean? There was another one I also learned. It's kind of like a squat seat in position. So you kind of like, right? So you come down like that. You put your shoulder, so you're like that, and you push against your thing and do like a deep stretch. Oh, oh, you can feel the burn, literally. All right, so how's everyone feeling? How we doing? So far I have those kind of workouts, and there's other workouts I do at the gym, but those are different. Other workouts at the machines are different, stuff like that. So far, that's what like I learned. There's more ab workout that I learned before too that could do that. Also, your push ups, your diamond push ups, You could do one hand push up, but that's more like for advanced people when you take your time to kind of do all that stuff by your, by God's grace. Because listen, whew, all right, but how everyone's feeling? How we doing? How we living? How we vibing? How's everyone? Tuesday, right? Tuesday, and it's what's 8 o'clock. Tuesday, 8 o'clock at night. You did it. We did it. We worked out. It was nothing crazy. It's very simple. It can even be more simple than that. Even if it's just one set of five, right? So it could be five different moves, one set of five reps, right? And you can just start off like that. It doesn't. You don't have to go so crazy, so hard. That's something I learned too when I started going to the gym. I wanted to do 5 days, 6 days. I wanted to do an hour, 2 hours. I wanted to do 30, 20, like 20, 30 minutes on the same machine and just doing, but that's how you learn. You know what I'm saying? You have to do it to learn what works for you. And once you learn what works for you, you stay at it. Success is found in the mundane things. So when you know the goal that you want to have for your life, you do the habits, you do the action for that goal. And once you know whatever that is for you do it every day until you master those things. A lot of time people feel like, oh, it's boring. They stop doing and they end up cutting off the momentum. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like you you pray for the miracle, right? This is the miracle you pray for, right? It's coming from heaven. You pray, oh God, I want this goal. I want to accomplish this goal. So okay, God, He's sending it down to you. The angels are carrying this to you. You know what I'm saying? This is you, and then you have to every day you have to do one hop, and you know what I'm saying. So you dedicated one hop, one hop, one hop, and this is coming. God already sent it. You know what I mean? It's coming because it's by faith. You know what I'm saying? You're believing to receive the stuff. So you have to do one hop every day, every day, every day. But you don't know how long you have to do the one hop every day. But the what you pray for, right? The goal that you want, God sent. It's already in motion. But as this is coming towards you, you need to continue to come towards it and meet the blessing on faith street. You know what I'm saying? Because you pray for, you believe it, receive it in faith. You know what I'm saying? Everything you pray for, believe you have received it, and it shall be yours. It's scripture based. You know what I'm saying? A man is as he thinketh. So if you identify yourself as a person who receives the blessings of God or believe that what you pray for you will receive it. A lot of time it's very hard because you don't know how long it's gonna be until you get the miracle or blessing, but it's always worth the wait. So you know what I'm saying? So sometimes what happens is you pray for the goal, this is what you want, this is what you ask God for, He sent it, it's coming towards you, you know what I mean? It's like it's coming towards you. All you need to do is just stay faithful, one hop every day, but then you're getting halfway and you're getting tired, you're getting sleepy, you're not seeing the result yet, but it's still this didn't stop. It's still coming at you. You're going, then you stop. You're like, oh, this is boring. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. Just like how the enemy works. He's gonna put this stuff in your mind, so you can stop walking towards what you pray for, right? So it's coming towards you. You stop. It's still coming at you, but then you give up, and now you backtrack, right? So you backtrack, and now you forgot about what you prayed for. You don't want it anymore, but it's still coming at you. It's still chasing you. God's blessing will chase you down and overtake you. Remember that scripture too. God was blessing will chase you down and overtake you. They come upon you and overtake you. So you know what I'm saying? So this is still coming at you, but since you're too busy over here, hopping over here, now the blessing is like chasing you. You're like, I never received it because you forgot to turn around to receive it. Turn around and continue to have faith. Turn around and run for the blessing. You know what I'm saying? Run towards God. Like run, and stop giving up and stop, I think sometimes you're gonna need that dedication, that commitment, that obedience in order to do what God called you to do, in order to receive not only what you pray for, but the bigger blessing He has in store for you. Stuff that you have no idea what He has in store for you. But if you're going to be the type of person that you're going to pray for something, you're going to give up because it's a little hard, it requires faith, it requires obedience, it requires commitment. How do you expect for God to give you what you want? Because you keep praying for all these things and you're chasing the wrong things. You keep giving up. And then you'll be like, well, nothing works, or this doesn't work, or da da da. Well, You gotta take accountability for yourself. Like you gave up, you stopped believing, you stopped believing in the goals and dreams, you stopped working for them. You know what I mean? So let me just sit here for a little bit, catch my breath. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy my water a little bit. You know what I'm saying? God is faithful. But yeah, that's simple. I try to let people know. You know, same thing with people who want to be like social influencers or whatever it is. You know whatever goal, whatever thing you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? If you really want it, that's for you. Then don't give up. Keep working at it. I ain't talked about these things, but I said, you would think I was drop kicking somebody, but I wasn't. I don't even know. I pray for this healing my foot. Mm. But yeah, like I was saying, yeah, just take your time. No matter what it is. If it's writing, if it's singing, if it's drawing, if it's social influencing, if it building your business, building your brand, clothing, fashion patterns, art, sketching, pictures. It could be so many different things, or it could be three things. Maybe a dancer slash artist, or you know what I mean. It's just whatever God gave you. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause He gave you gifts and talents, and not only for the betterment and service to a people, but to also to bless you, because your gift will make room for you. That will help you become what God called you to be. A lot of people have a hard time really believing this stuff, because it requires faith, it requires dedication, it requires commitment, it requires the mindset that even if you get the blessing or not, then you still gonna believe in God, you still gonna love God, because it's not what God can give you, it's just who God is. You know what I'm saying? When you feel and experience God's love, it's just something that literally transform you, and it's something that you have to experience, because words cannot do it justice. Even if you can find the most perfect words, it would not do it justice, because it's something you have to feel, because it moves you in such a way that it blows your mind. Like it's just something you're like it's indescribable, because it's so pure, and it's so like, and it transform you. The love of Christ, it would transform you. You become a new creation in Christ, because you feel the love of God, like, and it's just something that is beyond this, like beyond whatever you could possibly have felt in the past, or in this. It's not like true love. It's a love that knows no bound, that forgives all sins, that has mercy, that it still believes even after you have failed, even after there's no hope. It's something that is truly breathtaking, that you're like, wow. You know what I mean? And that love right there transform you, and it's just who God is. It's like your own mother or father, or your parental guide, you know what I'm saying? Like how they love you unconditionally, and they have your back, and you know what I mean? It's just something that's just amazing. It's truly amazing, you know. So sometimes people are like, oh, by the end of the day, like what God has for you, it's not gonna miss you. You know what I mean? It doesn't require it doesn't require requirements like, oh, you have to do this, that, and the third in order to achieve, like, to receive God's blessings, or you have to work some things because you have to learn and grow. But a lot of things it's just because He loves you, and He takes great joy in prospering you. You know what I mean? Just like a parent, like, oh, you're a good kid, whatever, just to make you happy, just to make you smile. He will give you this, or he will give you that, or a positive reminder, or if you're down in a down thing and you're sad, or you're insecure, or you just don't know it's like you feel this peace, this presence, you just feel this love that start rising in you, and you're just like, what is happening? You know what I mean? Like, or your mind is so clouded, and it's just like it's so overwhelming, and then you have like this just funny thought, and you just start laughing and laughing and laughing, and you completely forgot what you was even thinking about. It's just like, I don't even remember and you should, because God is so miraculous, wonderful, beautiful, breathtaking, amazing. Like he does things that is out of our own logical understanding. You get what I'm saying? Just like that. Just like if you're walking somewhere and you just so happen to see like this beautiful bird just fly by, or maybe like five butterflies for some reason out of nowhere just start flying around you. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what is happening? It's just like, you know what I mean? Or you go to the park and you don't realize it, but it's like a little bunny, just little baby bunny just running around, and you're just like, what is, or a little, what do you call little hamsters, little head, what do you call hamsters? I don't know. There's like little hedgehog. What do you call them? Stuff like that, or just a complete stranger just look at you and smile and just keep walking, or you find like a penny, where like a certain date on it, like 1950 something, and it reminds you of your grandmother's birthday and how your grandma used to make the best apple pie, and like that. Like it's just things that you're like, that's why it's so important to have a relationship with God. Like people don't understand. Like people take things too seriously and they overwhelm themselves and they do things they shouldn't be doing, and kind of self-destruct. And then, but when you have a relationship with God, it's so different. It's so magical. It's just so beautiful. It's so like out of this world. It's something that you have to experience. You know what I mean? Like it's not, so many people out here, they're like, oh, he's not real, and oh, and all this other stuff. And you're like, it's because you haven't experienced him. That's why. That's why you say that. Because anybody who experienced the love of God can never ever say that he is not real. It's that simple. Even when non-believers, when you talk to them about God, or just a word, or just you and your vocabulary, because God is a part of you, and just so happen He's in your word, He's in your speech. They start feeling triggered and irritated, or they feel some type of way, because it's like something in them starts begin to um awaken, something in them begin to irritate them, maybe like shaking off the dust, you know what I'm saying? And what I tell people, it's like the breath of God, that's what he gave you, right? So when he made you, he breathed his breath into you and gave you life. So that part of God lives in you. No matter if you accept him, believe him, or anything, that will always remain, because we belong to God regardless we like it or not, accept it or not, believe it or not. So when people of faith begin to speak of people who say they don't believe, and they start feeling irritated and stuff like that, it's because the part of God in them is trying to reach out. It's like, oh, you're talking about God. Oh, I know who that is, because he lives in here too. And they became to get, because you can't deny that. That's why people feel so bothered and triggered by it, because it's like, you know subconsciously, right? Like your conscious mind don't know, don't want to believe, but your subconscious mind, your internal self, your spirit belongs to God. So when you're talking about God and you're saying you don't believe, but then something begins to irritate you and move, you're getting mad, and it's like it's coming forth. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, that's God. That's the breath of God in you. That's the spirit. Like, oh, I'm hearing God. I belong to Him. And sorry, and you're like, what's going on? Where I'm getting triggered? Where I'm da 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 da. And it's like, and that's what it is. And that's what people don't realize. It's like, and it's honestly sad that people just don't give God the fighting chance He deserves. You know what I mean? And it's honestly sad. So don't be afraid of God. Don't be afraid to love God. It's that simple. You don't know until you know. But yeah, that's a beautiful thing. That's why, and I pray people talk more about him. Not only like in scripture based, but like in life experience based. You know what I mean? Because he's waiting for everybody. Like he's just, you know what I mean? Like the moment you call on him, he's gonna talk to you. He's gonna be right there. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you say, Jesus, I need you. Hello. You know what I mean? He's already in tune. He's already watching out. Just, you know what I'm saying? And God is always with you. So any moment you feel like you're in trouble, you're in danger, boom, he's right there, because he never left your side. He lives in you. You know what I mean? So that's what people don't understand. People think that somehow God is somewhere really far away, but in a sense, yeah, but he lives in you. You know what I'm saying? And through you, and he's always present. He's the moment you call on him, he's right there in a blink of an eye. And it's that simple. You know what I mean? And I just wish people should stop being afraid. Stop being afraid of God, and stop being afraid. Just talk to him. It's just like you having like the best mom, right? Like the best mother and father that loves you, and they do. And they're like, they want to talk to you. They want to, and then you just keep ignoring them. like your own mother and father, like they try to talk to you, but you don't have like no negative experience. It's all positive, right? But you're like denying them. You're just like they try to talk to you, and you're just like tearing their heart apart, and it's just like, just say something. You know what I'm saying? Like he's right there waiting to talk to you, and he loves you and cares for you, and you know he wants the best for you, and it's that simple. Because at the end of the day, the world will pass on, everything will pass, people will come and go, but God is eternal. God is forever, forever and ever, till the end of time, and the end of until the end of ages, until the end of existence, and then some, because He will always live far beyond the reality that we live. You know what I mean? I swear, the skin tag. I don't. It's not a skin tag. It's like, what do you call those? This calluses. I don't know if there's calluses. When you work out and you have like the skin stuff. So I'm trying to peel that right off. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But yeah, but with that, I am done with my lives. I thank you. I love you. God bless you. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, comment, come back for some more. I'm gonna do more of my lives, but I want to do like interactive lives, like talk to people, engage, and just what I mean. Because I'm very sociable. I like engaging with different people, getting people different mindset, or just talking. You know what I mean? Like that. So because I could do my workout and start kicking my legs. You know what I mean? But with that, I'm done. I thank you, my beautiful people. God bless you. Stay safe out there. I appreciate it. God bless you all. Until my next one. Peace. Oh, Lord, I don't even know how to turn this off. Oh, thank you. Did I not get my five? I'm confused, but didn't I get 5,600? That was like, I'm over here. But anyway, thank you so much. TikTok, YouTube, and no, yeah, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, so many social platform, and you're just like trying to figure it out. But goodbye, everyone. God bless you. I thank you. Trying to figure out what's going on over here. What's going on over here? Yep. And this is yes, yes, yes.